So the other day we were having a lazy day around the house, and I was telling my husband how I was going to go get my hair trimmed, cut the dead ends off, maybe like an inch or two. And our 9-year-old daughter was like, "Oh, let me cut your hair, let me cut your hair," which had our son, who's 8 years old, going, "Oh, yeah, can we cut your hair? Can we cut your hair?" And I was thinking, well, my hair's a medium length, and I just need the ends cut off. So how bad could they mess this up? So I let them cut my hair. My husband's like, "Before you start this, let me tell you, I told you so." So we're sitting in our bedroom. We have our closet doors are all glass. So I'm sitting there on a stool, and I have my hair measured out perfectly with ties and to show them where to cut and everything. And I was thinking, what's the worst that could happen with an 8-year-old and a 9-year-old, both with a pair of scissors hacking at your hair, one on one side, one on the other. I was just worried about the unevenness. So if you've seen any of my older videos, you know how my hair used to look. If not, this is what it used to look like. And it was only supposed to be a little bit coming off. Well, as I'm sitting there on the stool, I see hair this long dropping onto my lap and onto the floor. And I'm looking up in the mirror and I'm like, oh my goodness, because I can hear my hair crunching where it's so thick, where they're cutting at it with the scissors, and it's getting so choppy. And oh my gosh, it was just, it was a nightmare. So I'm sitting there, and after they were finished, this is what the floor looked like. And I was freaking out. I was like, oh my goodness. But it's just hair, so it grows back. And they were talking about how hard it was to cut with scissors. And I was like, yeah, I know that because when I grow my hair out long, I've donated it twice, and it made my hair a little bit shorter than it is now. And they put it in a ponytail and just use clippers and go straight across because it's so thick. So I'm sitting there, and they said they were finished. So then they each are styling it, with ponytail holders, clips, whatnot. And then I called my husband in, and I was like, hey, what's the back look like? He's like, really uneven. And I was like, so I evened out the front parts all the way to the back as far as I could see. And I was like, can you straighten out the back for me just a little bit? He's like, I don't know how to cut hair. And I was like, it just, go like this and then cut with the scissors, with a comb. He's like, oh. So he gets the chair and he's sitting there and he's like, look down, just like at the salon. So I'm looking down like this. And he's cutting and cutting and cutting. And I keep hearing big chunks like falling off. And I'm like, how much shorter does it need to go? He's like, a lot shorter, because one side was way shorter than the other. So overall, about 7 inches came off. During the process with my husband, he's like, throwing down the scissors. He's like, okay. He's like, I need to quit cutting. You just need to go back to a salon, which I never did do. So he got it pretty straightened out, like in the back and stuff, like good enough to where you can't really tell. And then I put layers in it. But now it is so short that I can't do anything with it. Like I have half of it pulled up right now, so you can kind of see like how short this side actually is. Where I part it on this side, this side's really heavy. Yeah, so it comes to my lip. And that's how short it is. I didn't even straighten it or anything. I did curl it a little bit with the hair straightener, and that's what it looked like afterwards. So it didn't turn out too bad. It feels weird though. I don't like it above my shoulders. I just don't like the feeling of it rubbing on my neck and whatnot. I can't pull it back into a ponytail anymore. But this was the end result of the kids cutting my hair. And it took probably about 3 hours to do. Yeah, so my husband walked in when he was straightening it in the back. He goes, didn't I tell you so? And I was like, it's not that bad. It's hair. It grows back. I'm not high maintenance. It doesn't bother me. It'll grow back. It's fine. So I never did go to a salon and get it fixed. But next time I do go and get it cut or trimmed, they are going to be like, what the heck happened to your hair? And I'm just going to straight up tell them I let my 9-year-old cut it.